So you want to build a Microsoft 365 app. That is, an app that runs inside of Microsoft Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or even Copilot for Microsoft 365. Yes, we're talking about apps inside of apps here. It's not all that unusual, actually. Lots of big SaaS services allow this sort of thing. It's a great way to put your app at users' fingertips and to make your app more collaborative. The most frequent question I get is, where in the world do I start? Looking at all the documentation can get pretty confusing. Did you know there are 3 different app models for Microsoft 365? At least, more if you include the variations. This video is part 1 in a short series which will explain all 3 app models, including a demo of the user experience, a peek at the architecture, and pointers on where to start for each one. I'm hoping this will help you decide what approach to take for your new project. So let's start at the beginning with the very first app model introduced in the early days of Microsoft 365. I'm talking about the Office add-in model. Office add-ins are the replacement for earlier Microsoft Office development models, such as Visual Studio Tools for Office, Visual Basic for Applications, and the Component Object Model. All those old technologies were exclusive to Office running in Microsoft Windows, and they didn't work in a cloud-based service where the clients could include Windows, Mac OS, mobile phones, and web browsers. Here's a simple add-in for Microsoft Excel. There's a link to the code in the show notes. Add-ins can add buttons to the ribbon or toolbar and can display in a task pane. The task pane is just an iframe or embedded browser, and the code is just plain old client-side JavaScript or TypeScript. HTML buttons in the task pane work just as they would in any web page. The event handlers are using the Office.js library to interact with the application. In the case of Excel, you can manipulate the spreadsheet document, perform menu operations, and do most things an end user would do with the spreadsheet. To create an Office add-in, a developer creates an app manifest file, which defines the ribbon buttons, the URL of the task pane, web page, etc. And right now there are 2 formats for this. An older XML-based format that works for all the Office apps, and a newer unified JSON-based format that's for Outlook only at the moment, and that allows you to combine Office add-ins and Teams apps into a single application package. If you're building for Outlook, I would encourage you to move directly to this new unified model. I'll include links to the manifest and Office.js libraries in the show notes. You should also know that SaaS vendors can sell add-ins in the Microsoft 365 App Store for use in their customers' Microsoft 365 tenants. To build an Office add-in for Outlook with the new unified manifest, use Teams Toolkit. To build one for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote Project, or Outlook, use the Yo Office Yeoman generator. Again, I'll provide links in the notes. So there you have it, the modern way to customize the Microsoft Office clients. But this is only one of the 3 app models for Microsoft 365. Please join me for the next video where you'll learn about SharePoint Framework, which can be used to create web parts and other customizations for SharePoint, as well as Viva connections. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our Microsoft 365 developer videos. Okay, that's it. See you in part 2.